Hello and welcome to the CTM NewsBreak, where we keep you up to date on what's happening right here in town. I'm Diane Sharrett-Steimel. The voting process is a bit different this year.
There's absentee voting, there's vote by mail, and then there's early voting, and then there's voting in person. So early voting in person and early voting by mail are what I think confuse people, because the absentee voting, early voting by mail, early voting in person, during this pandemic, all mailed ballots, all absentee balloting, early voting by mail, it's all the same. It's all treated the same. It's separate in our system, but it's all treated the same. So anything vote by mail is processed the exact same way. Early voting in person is processed a little bit differently. That's when the person will come in, they get checked in, they then go to the voting booth, they mark their ballot, but they do put it in an envelope, just like we send out for people to return their ballots in. They have to still fill out that envelope, sign the affidavit under the pains and penalties of perjury, insert the ballot in the envelope, and then it doesn't go directly into the tabulator like it does on election day. This year, for this season, we are allowed to process our mailed or vote by mail and early voted ballots prior to election day. It doesn't mean the results are not tabulated, but they're processed earlier, which is great, because trying to take those thousands of vote by mail ballots or early voted ballots and then take them to the polls, and then you're checking them in and you're opening them and you're inserting them into the tabulator in between the voters, it's very time consuming.
And of course, there's always the drop box.
The drop box is out there 24/7. You can drop the ballot in there anytime. We check it several times a day, and we process them as we bring them inside, just like we do when they are mailed to us.
Great news for those who enjoy open space. The Chelmsford Special Town Meeting has voted unanimously to purchase the 54-acre property near the center of town that has been a farm for over 17 generations. The land could serve as a site for agricultural use, walking trails, and conservation. The purchase of the land includes a land restriction for perpetual open space preservation. In other news, the CCA is proving that the show must go on, even if it's in the parking lot. Shelby O'Rourke has the story.
The Chelmsford Center for the Arts was holding one of its many concerts that they host to generate funds for the Arts Center. This concert, however, was different from the rest since it was abiding by the Massachusetts government regulations put into place due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
To present this, I had to go before the Board of Health, the OSHA representative, the person in the town who enforces all the OSHA standards, and we had to do a layout, a plan to show where all the tables would be. We have to have tents over each table so that everybody is separated by 6 feet.
She made sure to sanitize every single object, and hand sanitizer was available at every single table for the attendees. Every attendee also, before seating themselves, had to sign a contact list with their names and numbers just in case there were to be an incident. This is Shelby O'Rourke reporting for CTM NewsBreak.
And finally, Chelmsford now has a beautiful sunflower field. It's courtesy of the Chelmsford Open Space Stewardship and many volunteers. A total of 18,000 seeds were planted back at the end of May and somehow managed to survive the dry conditions as well as rabbits and deer. The sunflower field is at Sunny Meadows Farm on Robin Hill Road. Pictures can be taken at no cost. COST says it's their way to say thank you to the residents of Chelmsford for saving Sunny Meadows Farm. Thanks for watching the CTM NewsBreak, brought to you by Chelmsford Telemedia. If you have news we can use, contact us at newsbreak@chelmsfordtv.org. I'm Diane Sharrett-Steimel.